Coon Rapids clothing store donating proceeds to breast cancer research. Its co-owners know the disease far too well, but hope to inspire others. I'm Joe Nelson. We'll see you next month.
We have accessories, we have purses, we have lots of clothing.
Donna Wilson and Marilyn Lom own a clothing business in Coon Rapids.
Keeps us engaged, that's for sure. Keeps us aware of the economy, of the trends and fashion.
I think we bring something to the area that isn't that commonplace. And it's nice to see people turn out.
But they share much more than that.
My family was getting sick, my mother and father and my husband, and I'm an accountant. So one of my clients, who I became good friends with, said, what you really need is a home care agency. So I went and talked to Donna. I talked to several people, and Donna's the only one that listened to me. So that's a good thing to do. So.
The Highland Care and Crystal House owners met in a time of need.
We met in a support group, and we try very hard to support each other.
That support was put to the test when Marilyn was diagnosed with breast cancer in the spring of 2008.
I just wanted to make my world very small, just kind of, contain it, I guess, everything, and I have a good support system. I did find out that here, probably close to 100 years ago, my grandmother had breast cancer. I didn't know that until actually my aunt told me when I was being tested.
Marilyn wasn't alone in her fight.
I just went in for a mammogram and they did went from there.
Less than 6 months after Marilyn was diagnosed, she and Donna learned they'd battle breast cancer together, continuing to offer support for each other along the way.
I had a mastectomy on the 22nd of October. And on Christmas Eve, I started chemotherapy. And I had an aggressive cancer, so they treated me aggressively, and I took a drug called Neulasta. That was worse than anything. It was very painful, but you get through it. You do, and I did it for a year, and then in the middle of that, I had 6 weeks worth of radiation. We just continued on with doing what we were doing. We talked on the phone every day, and when one of us couldn't come in to work, we met at each other's houses. They were at my house quite a bit, and you just do it,
I can't even imagine my life without that kind of support, because we've been in each other's lives supporting through a lot of different things. Both of us have lost a husband during the time we've been in business, and with extended illnesses. I mean, that's what it's been all about.
Having their businesses offered a much-needed distraction.
You felt that life was going on, I don't know. I think the reality of what cancer is very hard to take in. You just deal with what you have to do that day. Try not to project too much. Mm-hmm.
With much of the pain now gone, Donna and Marilyn are making the most of their health they regained after treatments.
Well, I don't know whether you can ever say you're fully recovered or not, I'm coming up on 7 years, and that's pretty good. So I'm just grateful every day that I feel as good as I do.
It changes you, though. It's a change forever. Every time you hurt someplace or something, all of a sudden, oh my God, is this going to start all over again? So you don't ever become, even though you may never get cancer again, but your life has changed. Our partnership is, I'm the accountant, but I can get really buried in the details. Donna's got a wonderful ability to back up and see the whole picture and say, hey, let's look at it this way. And that has to do with whether it was our breast cancer or our other company or the store. Yeah, I think we complement each other. I try and keep things in order, and Donna wants to keep us on the straight and narrow.
10% of October's store proceeds are going to cancer research. These store owners offer more than clothes and decorations. They share reminders to anyone who thinks cancer won't be their reality, and to those who know it is.
Well, it can happen to you, but you can also recover. Keep the negativity out of your life, and be as positive as you can and do what they tell you to do. So, there's a lot of cancer around, and there's a lot of breast cancer around. It's just everywhere, but I think there's a lot being done.
Makes you more conscious of your everyday blessings. You start looking a little closer at the little things that before maybe you ignored or just kind of went over your head. and all of a sudden you're grateful for them.